Boys. 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 You know what it do, boys. Alright. Crazies. Crazies and more crazies. And then they go crazy and then they crazy on you. Welcome to The Girl with the Vacant Eyes. A visual novel about... Well, it's not about eyes, actually. It's just about crazies. Crazies. Let's go. Warning. This game contains violence, mentions of suicide. If you're under the age of 13, or easily disturbed, or have difficulty digesting fantasy from reality, please don't play this game. Creator takes no responsibility for any harm caused. Thanks. Alright, quick disclaimer, confident as ever. I arrived at school a while before it started. I was eager to meet the new student, Clarissa Skull? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, I apologize. Who was supposed to arrive today. Of course, I had no idea how to pronounce her last name properly, but whatever. I feel that. I felt that. On like a deep level, I feel that. She was a total mystery. Virtually no one in the entire school even knew she existed before she joined, which says a lot considering how small our town is. I've always loved to meet new people. I hope that we can make good friends. I surveyed the crowd and eventually saw Clarissa sitting alone on the farthest bench. She looks kind of like an alien. Her ears are really high. She must have been feeling pretty anxious, having to adjust to a brand new environment where nobody knew her. Suddenly, Clarissa spotted me, and her eyes went wide. She sat there motionless, seemingly begging for me to talk to her. I happily obliged. Hello? You're the new kid, right? Yes, I am. Why is your skin so pink? Throws me off a little bit. Throws me off that your skin is pink, even though mine's kind of pinkish too. Look. You're not supposed to be like me. Only I could be like me. Stop. Strangely, Clarissa's eyes seemed incredibly vacant in distance. That thousand-yard stare, as they call it. So Hayden, how does she know my name? Even though us students normally get told what new transfer students' names are, they usually aren't told about all of our names. Imagine, like, you get a catalog of everybody's name in the school you're going to and pictures, and you, like, memorize these before you come to the school. Or else, like... Clarissa's body stiffened, and she suddenly appeared shocked. Hey, people told me about you. You must be pretty popular. Popular for being a loser, I guess. I mean, I didn't know a lot of people, but I wouldn't call myself popular by any standards. You guess? You need to be more confident in yourself. No. You're a really nice and wonderful person. You don't know me. I'm so glad I'm talking to you. You don't know me. I've been talking for all of 2 minutes. This girl's acting like she's known me for months. You don't know me. Thanks. Don't mention it. I definitely will not mention it. Anyways, I should be going right now. Bye. Wait. Before I could respond, Clarissa had already run off to God knows where. Probably to go murder somebody with stabbing. That was certainly weird. I decided to think nothing of it and head to class. When we entered the class, Clarissa took her assigned seat at the very back of the room. Haha. The back row, where all the delinquents go, and all the people who like to stab other people. Okay, class. You all know we have a new student arriving today. Miss Clarissa, soak all? Just Clarissa will suffice. Thank you. The look in her face like that bitch can't pronounce my name. Nobody can pronounce my name. Why do I have to have such a weird name? And then it's coming from Miss Vasquez, like... Compared to how she spoke earlier this morning, Clarissa's current tone of voice seemed much more robotic. Miss Vasquez proceeded with the lesson like normal. As she was assigning homework, I glanced over behind me. Question mark. Clarissa appeared to be staring directly at me. Awkward. Didn't look like she just happened to be facing in my direction either. She appeared to be consciously focusing on me. When Clarissa noticed me looking towards her, she quickly turned away and wrote something in her notebook. She's probably writing my name in her own blood repeatedly. Like, that's not red ink in her pen. That's just my blood. Her blood. It's not my blood yet. I attempted to focus on the lesson for the remainder of the class. The rest of the day was fairly uneventful, except for when one of my classmates tripped and spilled his food all over the floor during lunch. We pointed and laughed vigorously. As I was making my way back to the front entrance, I stopped by a familiar face. Oh, hey, Clarissa, what's up? Hello, Hayden. I wanted to ask you something. Yes, that is me. I am Hayden. She seemed different. There was something off about her demeanor that I couldn't place. Could you come over to my house for a little while this afternoon? Whoa, what? What the fuck? No, bro. Why in the world would I want to do that? No. We barely know each other, and she's suddenly inviting me to her house? Bro, at least she's just, like, forward about it. She's like, yeah, I kind of want you to come over so I can fucking murder you. Like, we barely know each other, and she suddenly invited me to her house? How should I respond? How should I respond? Of course I'll go. Heck yeah, dude. I mean, what a better way to get murdered than to just go to someone's house, invited, and when they're creepy, robotic, weird, pink-skinned people. I think she's an alien. With how high her ears are, I think she might be an alien. And her nose is, no, her nose is in the proper place. Never mind. She does have a long neck, though. Even though I mean, that's coming from me, Mr. Long Neck himself. Even though I did have quite a bit of homework to get done, I figured that I might as well go with her. I might be able to get it done faster if I work with her, after all. Sure. Good, follow me. I'm gonna get murdered now. I follow Clarissa to her house, chatting about random things to pass the time. All the while, I had a nagging feeling that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. You think? That Clarissa's behavior was really sus. Sus! I drove the thoughts out of my mind and entered the front door. Once I did, I knew I should have listened to my brain's warnings. I had a feeling that something wasn't right about Clarissa, but before I could do anything about it, it was too late. After I went inside Clarissa's house that fateful day, I was never seen or heard from again. Bad ending 1, kidnapped. Jeez, we don't even get to see anything. Password fragment, Yan. Ooh, there's passwords. I gotta get a notepad up. Who would have thought that going to the weird girl's house was a bad idea? Bro, if someone's intentively staring at you and being weird and then they invite you to their house and they know your name and like, bro, this is all bad signs. Who would actually do that? No. I have other things to do. I can't go. I couldn't go to her house, not when we've barely met, and she's fucking weird. Sorry, but I have other stuff to do. Besides, I barely know you, so— Wait, no. Is it because of your friends? Do you value them over me? Well, yeah. Actually, I do. Well, yes, actually, I did value them over you. Tell me you're a psycho without telling me you're a psycho. I think the kidnapping part actually did that more so than this, but still. But I couldn't say that. Just say it. Not knowing what to say, I quickly left the school. Fucking run! You can't do this. I can, and I did. Just as I left, I could barely hear Clarissa say, the audacity to choose them over me. I guess I have no choice. Now, do I? She's gonna kill my friends. Today was a nice day to walk home. The weather was perfect and I could hear the birds singing. I walked at a slow, leisurely pace. For some reason, I suddenly had a feeling I was being watched. I quickly turned around to see if anyone was following me. I love how those things over there, the vending machines, they stick out so fucking much, dude. They look so out of place there. Something here doesn't belong. Maybe that's what he's noticing. But I couldn't see anyone there. Still, I felt nervous, so I quickened my pace. The feeling didn't go away, not until I reached my front door, safe and sound. But are you safe, and are you sound? Find out next time on— No, I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. When I got home, my parents weren't there. They were probably working really late as usual, and I wouldn't get back until after I was asleep. Oh well, I was old enough to take care of myself. I'm a whole whopping, like, 13 or some shit, probably. No, I'm gonna give myself 15. I'm 15, probably. Can't you tell? I went to my room and started on my homework. I feel like I've seen this room before, somewhere. Like I've seen the asset for this room before. But I don't remember where. Whew. After hours of tedious Equation solving. With only a break to eat dinner, I was finished. Mathematics was really my worst subject. Tired, I checked the time. It's already 9:30. Is that bright out at 9:30? I turned out the lights and climbed into bed. I love you. Oh no. Bro, if anyone ever says I love you, just run. Just run. Just get out of there. Just dip. Just, no. It's a trap, boys. It's a trap. Get out. But why? Why do you reject me? Why do you reject me, Hayden? It's still pretty bright outside. Time to get up. Oh, it's because it's morning. I got up, got ready, and prepared for yet another day at school. Get away from me, weird ears. Clarissa was sitting alone all again. Hello. Is it okay if you sit by me again today? You know what? Maybe she had a change of heart and she won't murder me. Sure, I'll sit next to you. Thank you so much. As I sat down, I noticed Clarissa's eyes transfixed on my face. Oh God. Oh God. She wasn't even trying to talk to me. She was just staring. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Don't act like you did yesterday, okay? Okay? What did I do? If you do, bad things might... Oh God, look at that fucking face, dude. No. I regret sitting down. I said okay. Better not be lying. Lying? Don't you think you're being a little... Just don't talk anymore. I'd rather we sat together in silence. Oh God. What was up with her behavior today? This reaction was a tad... excessive. A tad excessive, you think? No, not excessive at all. This is totally normal behavior. What are you talking about? I turned to see Clarissa staring at my face again. I decided not to question it. Leave! We sat quietly for a while until class began. Class was boring, just like normal. When the lunch bell rang, I hurried towards the cafeteria. Hayden, wait. What's up? I have something to give you. An almost unnatural grin was on Clarissa's face. That is uncomfortable. Here, Clarissa handed me a plastic bag with some cookies in it. Don't trust the cookies. Don't trust the cookies. Don't do it. It's a trap. They're homemade. I hope you like them. Hee hee. Do not eat them. Throw them away. Something just didn't seem right about this. Clarissa had gone from angry to ecstatic in just a few hours. It was as if our conversation this morning had never happened. I examined the cookies. There didn't seem to be anything off about them. In fact, they looked delicious. Afterwards, I went to the cafeteria to eat my lunch. Don't eat the cookies! Don't eat the cookies! After I finished eating, I debated whether I should eat the cookies now or save them for later. I was full, but the cookies were really tempting. They're cookies, I gotta eat them, right? You gotta eat them, boys, right? Well, it's okay to be tempted sometimes. After all, they're just cookies. A few cookies won't hurt me. Little do you know. Hungrily, I woofed down the treats. They were delicious. But a few seconds later, I noticed a slight bitter aftertaste in my mouth. It was the poison! I quickly made my way back to class. While in class, I started to feel a little lightheaded. After a while, it was seriously interfering with my concentration. I excused myself to go to the bathroom and hopefully get better. Clarissa's in the bathroom. That's a nice looking bathroom for a school, goddamn. Okay. By the time I reached the bathroom, I was noticeably shivering. My face was pale and covered with sweat. What idiot would trust these cookies? Oh wait. I did. My face was pale and covered with sweat. This wasn't just lightheadedness. Maybe I'd come down with something? If so, then at least I might be able to skip class. I tried to leave the room, but was immediately struck by a wave of nausea. I turned and immediately vomited into the sink. Blech. This was bad. Shaking, I once again attempted to leave, but collapsing on the floor. The floor was cold, my vision blurred. A sharp pain in my stomach grew steadily stronger. What? Why is this? I barely had time to process it all. My vision faded to black, and the pain disappeared as I fell unconscious. Unfortunately, I would never wake up again. Bad ending number 3. Toxic relationship. I think more like toxic cookies. Password fragment, re. The first letters of another word of my behavior. Interesting. Okay, instead of just not eating the cookies, I'm gonna go back and see what happens if I just don't sit with her. I don't really want to sit by her, especially not after how strange she was acting yesterday. Sorry, but I was going to sit somewhere else. Why? Why? You already rejected me once, remember? Oh, she's pissed. You're not allowed to reject me again, okay? She suddenly gets all like, you're not allowed to again, okay? Okay, fine, I'll sit with... Come here, now. To my surprise, Clarissa actually grabbed my arm and tried to drag me towards her. Hey, what is... She stormed off, continuing to drag me behind her. Where are we going? What's all this about? I realized that since you won't do what I asked, I'll just have to force you to stay with me. Oh my god. This feels so random. Why? I hope it gives me some, like, clarity on why exactly she's trying to act so psycho towards me, but I don't really believe I feel like it's not really going to explain it. Okay, what the hell are you doing? Clarissa pulled out a box cutter, seemingly from nowhere. Yeah, where would she store that thing, actually, come to think of it? You know what, never mind, I'm not going to think about it. I'm just gonna move on. Get that thing away from me. Don't worry, I'll be joining you shortly after in our new home. What, hell? Ah! I felt a sharp pain in my chest and looked down to see bright red blood staining my shirt. Did she just stab me for not sitting with her? The fuck is wrong with you? Thank you. This is all your fault. You rejected me twice. Now die. Oh my god. Boys, this is why you don't give them an inch. They'll take a mile, and that mile might lead to your death. My blood pooled, turning the green grass crimson. Red drops trickled from the corner of my mouth. The last thing I saw before it all faded away was Clarissa smiling brightly as if admiring her handiwork. Bad end 2. Rejection. D-E. Okay, so far the password is spelled Yandere. And, I mean, it feels kind of obvious, but it's still funny. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, we won't eat the cookies. I'd better save them for later. I feel like they might be poisoned and I'll collapse on the ground and die or some shit. The bell rang and it was time to head back to class. Class. Of course, class was boring. Well, I did catch Clarissa staring at me again, but this time an expression of confusion was on her face. Why didn't he die from the cookies? I poisoned them just for him. Hmm? Wait, she's gonna think I rejected her again. Shit. I wonder why she keeps doing this. I'm starting to think she really likes me or something. You think? Bro. But then, why does she keep getting so angry at me for no apparent reason? She wants to kill you. Time to go home. See ya. Today wasn't as beautiful a day as yesterday. The sky was overcast and it looked like it could start raining any minute. But those vending machines are still perfectly out of place over there. Again, I had the feeling of being watched. It was even stronger than before. I looked behind me just to be sure. Nothing was there. I quickly made my way back home. When I got home, I noticed that my parents weren't there again. As I didn't have very much homework to do tonight, I got finished rather quickly. After a while of playing video games, chatting with friends, and watching dumb movies, it was time to go to sleep. How do you have time to do all of that? My god, that's a lot of stuff. I calmly walked over to my bedroom and crawled into bed. Huh? Was that a doorbell, or was that me saving the game? Did someone ring the doorbell? I checked the time. It was 10:30. Who the hell would be visiting my house so late at night? Man, in a world where 10:30, it's literally like 2 in the morning right now when I'm recording this. So it feels weird seeing someone saying that 10:30 is late. There it goes again. I'd better check who's there. I looked through the peephole. Bro, that car's literally parked up on the sidewalk. Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. That bothers me. The person standing at my door was none other than Clarissa. She had an annoyed look on her face. Why wouldn't you check the peephole? Bro, I wouldn't answer. Bro, if anyone's ears are that high up, you don't trust them. Should I open the door? I feel like opening the door is going to be the death answer, so I'm just going to go with opening the door. Just to get the death out of the way first. I figured that making her way wouldn't be such a good idea. Besides, I wanted to get this over with now and go back to sleep. Still, I wish I could have made myself look at least somewhat presentable. Oh well. I slowly opened up the door. Have you not realized that she is psycho yet? With the staring and the how dare you reject me and the why are your friends more important than me bullcrap? Hi, Clarissa. What is it? Clarissa's face lit up in an uncanny smile, but her eyes were even more vacant than before. More psychotic. Hello, I have something to tell you, and don't reject me like last time. What? You know how. You know how her voice felt like someone is watching you? Wait, how does she know about that? Huh? You don't have to play innocent. I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know, but how do you know? Simple. I was the one watching you. Dun dun dun. Excuse me, what? Watching me? Why the hell would you be doing that? Because I'm absolutely infatuated with you. In fact, you could say that I love you. God! They single boys. You make me complete. Oh God. You fill all the hole. Oh no, stop. I almost want to cut you open and crawl around inside. Isn't that my job? Wait, no. No. Wait, what the fuck are you? Hayden, I want you to tell me, will you love me too? Will you stay with me forever? None of this made any sense. It's the middle of the night. Clarissa randomly decided to come over and make an extremely creepy love confession to me. Bro, she's there at the middle of the night. It literally can't be anything important nor good. Like, bro, what do you think is gonna happen? What the hell is with this girl? Go on, answer me. Guess I have no choice but to answer. I guess the yes option wasn't the death option, so we'll have to go back, but, no. Stay with you forever? And you said and done all this creepy shit? No fucking way, dude. Bro, my man, alright. Listen, I know you're in love with me, but stalking me for days on end and showing up at my house, unannounced, in the middle of the night, just isn't acceptable. Do not. This cannot be allowed. Disappear, will you? Oh, there it is. I felt a sudden sharp pain in my chest and looked down to see blood staining the concrete porch. Clarissa stood in front of me with a vacant stare, a bloody box cutter in her hand. God damn it, she's gonna crawl inside me now. The fuck is wrong with you? I hate you. Just die already. Didn't you love me 5 seconds ago? I barely had time to process what was happening before Clarissa landed a second blow in my stomach. Scarlet blood splashed across her face. Do not reject me. Okay, well, I mean, she said that how many times now, and, yeah, I die for it every time. You'd think I would learn my lesson, but... The repeated stabs soon left a gaping, bloody hole in my torso. The last thing I ever thought about before it all faded to black was how beautiful the stars looked in the night sky above. Bad ending number 5. Love and hate. Password, fragment 5, MO. Okay, let's not open the door this time and see what happens that way instead. It seems like every other option I pick ends up being death, so this works. Did I open the door? Fuck no, I'd better not. Something about this seems really sus to me. I quietly walked away from the door and returned to bed. Dang, she's saving her progress a lot out there. The doorbell again, damn it. It's almost midnight, so why wouldn't she leave? I began to think that maybe I should humor her and go open the door. I had a feeling that something really bad would happen if I didn't. I tried to brush the feeling off as simple paranoia, but it refused to go away. What do I do? Obviously, I'm going to not open the door. You gotta stick to my guns, boys. Stick to your guns, boys. That's what men do. You know what it is. Pushing the anxiety out of my mind, I decided to ignore Clarissa and go back to sleep. Tired, I shut my eyes and tried not to think about Clarissa's strange behavior. She's in my house. Again. Had enough of this shit. I blocked out the sound of the doorbell and drifted off to sleep. Time to wake up. Once again, I forced myself out of bed and got ready to face whatever the day would throw at me. As I did, I contemplated the nightmare I had last night. It seemed extremely realistic. In fact, some part of me was unsure if it was even a dream at all. But it obviously was. I mean, why would Clarissa of all people be visiting me in the middle of the night? Really? How stupid? This guy is so stupid, dude. Unless... she couldn't be stalking me, could she? No, it was just a nightmare. It was just a dream. As I arrived at school today, I felt a strong sense of impending dread. I had no idea what could have caused it. Perhaps that was the nightmare I had last night. I approached the building. Clarissa was standing there, seemingly waiting for me. Hayden? Yeah? Why do you reject me? What? When I came to visit you last night, why didn't you answer? Why? Wait, what? Came to visit you last night? Did she mean... Oh no. The person at the door. It wasn't a nightmare. Clarissa really was stalking me. That was you? Yes, you did not answer. Clarissa was speaking so loudly and angrily that, by this point, everyone was staring at us. You know what happens when people reject me, right? Right? I think at this point I have learned. She pulled a box cutter out from her backpack. What the fuck? Put that thing away now. I have a much better idea. Why don't you just die? Everyone's watching, though. Clarissa raised the box cutter above her head. I have to act fast. Oh, bro, we actually get to fight back this time. Nah, bitch. I couldn't just stand there. I had to fight back somehow. I mustered up all my strength and pushed her backwards. Ah! She hit the hard concrete path with full force. On impact, her head gave a loud cracking noise. I stared in shock, waiting for her to get up and hopefully be apprehended by the people rushing over to the scene. But she didn't get up. Did I? No, this couldn't be happening. Bro, she kind of deserves it, though. Like, come on, man. She was unconscious. She was just unconscious, I was sure. Any second she would wake up and then the police would get there and take her to jail or something, right? She couldn't be dead, right? After a few minutes of me trying to process what just happened, the authorities arrived. Clarissa was taken straight to the hospital. She was declared dead on arrival. I had killed her. You know, she's killed me, what, 5 times now, I think? I think she deserved this. No, I think it's only 4 times so far. 4 or 5 times, one of the two. Like, it's 1 for 5 now at this point. We're getting even. In the end, I was acquitted because I was simply defending myself. There's no possible reason for me to be guilty. But the guilt of taking someone's life, no matter how psychotic that person was, would stay with me until the day I died. Neutral end. Survivor's guilt. Password fragment 7. So we're missing password fragment 4 and 6. Let's go back to that and let's just accept it, because I'm gonna die, so let's just see what happens. I didn't even have time to think before Clarissa plunged the box cutter into my stomach. You don't deserve to live. Yeah, we've been through this before, just get it over with. Climb inside me or whatever you wanted to do. A sharp pain shot through my entire body. I knew that this was the end. Clarissa raised her blade in preparation for a second strike, but then... Someone pulled her away from me in the nick of time. Get away, you sick freak! In those few seconds after Clarissa stabbed me, several students and teachers had run to the scene. Maybe I won't die. Okay, let me go. I need to kill him. Shut up and hold still, damn it. My rescuers restrained Clarissa, forcing her to drop the box cutter. It fell to the ground with a sharp clang. Shortly afterwards, the pain overcame me and I lost consciousness. Am I dead? Nope. I woke up in a bright white hospital room. A dull pain persisted in my stomach, probably from the stab. For the first few seconds, I couldn't remember how the hell I got here. But then, it all came flooding back to me. I was at school, then Clarissa attacked me. I'm alive? It was true. A crazy girl I had barely met stalked me and tried to stab me to death, but I survived. I'm alive. After spending a long time recovering, I learned that Clarissa had been put in a mental institution. I never saw her in person again. Apparently she had been stalking me for several months before we even met. There were multiple pictures of me on her computer, along with a detailed record of everything I did. In hindsight, it was incredibly obvious that she was the one following me. I feel rather dumb for not noticing it earlier. Okay, this guy's self-realizing a little bit, and that makes me a little bit happier for all the bad things I said about him. I have no idea how she found out about me in the first place, or why she decided to latch on to me. I also heard that Clarissa's parents had died in a murder-suicide when she was very young, and that her adoptive parents were so neglectful that they basically allowed her to do whatever she wanted. I guess all the trauma she went through explains why she was so unstable, but it doesn't excuse her violent behavior by a long shot. Still, even though Clarissa nearly killed me, I can't help but feel a little sorry for her. I really hope that she ended up getting the help she so desperately needed. Nothing else eventful has happened in my life since then, and I sincerely hope it stays that way. True end. Life goes on. Password fragment 8. Sorry. Okay, so I'm missing 2 password fragments. Read bonus story? So I'm gonna save this here. I'm gonna save the bonus story for after the other endings. Just so that just in case there's something in it that doesn't make sense without knowing a little bit about the other endings. That way we get full clarity on like what the bonus story might mean. It's just a precaution, but... Alright, so what if we try to run? What if we just bolt? I ran from Clarissa as fast as I could. She sprinted after me. People ran over to try to block her, but she pushed through the crowd with ease. I felt an arm wrap itself around me and pull me back. Don't try to run from me, darling. Clarissa raked the box cutter across my throat. So running made me die. So in the end, not being very manly caused me my life. Costed me my life, not caused my life. Well, I mean, maybe a little bit of both, I don't know, but, you know, we don't know this guy that well. I collapsed onto the ground. A river of scarlet poured from the gash in my neck. My vision gradually dimmed. The pain was nearly unbearable. In the end, I thought I heard Clarissa chuckle softly behind me, but perhaps it was just my imagination. Bad ending number 6. A futile escape. Password fragment? No. Okay, so let's cycle all the way back here. Let's go ahead and say that yes, we love her instead of that we don't when she knocks on our door. I love you too. Her eyes lit up, and for a second she didn't even look threatening anymore. Really? Really. Clarissa flew towards me and locked me in her embrace. Hey now. I'm so very happy. You don't know how much this means to me. God. Bro, you know the old saying, don't stick your dick in crazy? I think he's about to break that rule. Please stay with me forever. I will. You must. Clarissa released me from her embrace. And that means you have to escape with me too. Escape? What do you mean? This world isn't meant for the two of us. Also, I have to make sure that we'll never be separated, so... Would you please disappear with me? She still stabs me, bro. She couldn't mean... Yeah, she still stabs me. Well, actually, that kind of makes sense, considering that her parents died in a murder-suicide. So, maybe she's just trying to relive her parents' story or something. I don't know. Like, crazy people are crazy. I looked downwards to see bright red stains spreading across my shirt. She tightly gripped the bloody box cutter in her hand. Did she just stab me? Wait, what the hell? Now we'll be together for eternity. Gods of our own private world, hee hee. As I stood there in shock, Clarissa raked the box cutter across my neck. Ah ha 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 ha. I collapsed onto the ground. Blood poured from the gash in my throat and pooled across the concrete. Within minutes, my vision had blurred. I looked up at Clarissa's remorseless smile one final time, then quietly faded away into eternity. Bad ending number 4. Confession. Password fragment? No. There's one long password, but, yeah, so it's... So the password was Yandere no Monogatari? I know Monogatari is like a musician of some sort, I believe. I could be a little mistaken on that. Monogatari is also, I believe, a light novel series. And then obviously, like, I don't know if it draws inspiration from that stuff, but that's all I can really think. I'm not sure. Like, those are the 2 references that I know from Monogatari. And then Yandere is just, obviously, it's just Yandere. But, anyways, we're gonna get a little bit more backstory on this now, I believe. My name is Clarissa, Sokol. Still not sure how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. I've always had an intense fear of being abandoned. Well, not always. It only started when my parents died. My mother stabbed my father to death and killed herself. In doing so, she abandoned me. I always wondered why she would do such a thing. Why? Why would she choose to abandon me in such a cruel way? Was I not good enough? For years, I felt empty when Mother left me. It was like she took a piece of my soul with her. That explains why you're so soulless looking all the time. Even my new parents still left me empty. I only felt whole again when I met a very special person. When we were next to each other, I felt as if I could barely control my own actions. And yet I was happy. Being next to him seemed to fill a hole in my heart. We loved each other for years, until that fateful day. I'm not sure what happened, but he decided to leave me for someone else. Was it something I said? Something I did? Well, with how this story went, probably. But the fact that he abandoned me, rejected me, Again, I was empty, hollow. It was that I finally understood the reason why Mother left me and took Father with her. He wanted to keep Father with her forever. I decided that the next time I saw my special person, I would do the same. I waited for him for years until the opportunity came and I found him again. He looked different, sounded different, and even had a different name, but somehow I could tell it was him. Oh. I could see his soul there. I knew I couldn't let him run away this time, so I came up with a plan. Followed him for months, gathering all the information I could find. His phone number, address, social media, daily routine, everything. Surely if I memorized his behavior, it would be impossible for him to outsmart me again. When I finally felt confident enough, I decided to see him again in person. I couldn't believe my luck when my new parents transferred me into his school. On my first day there, he even went up to talk to me. Felt like I ruined it, though, because afterwards he acted scared of me, rejected me. That day, I had an epiphany. If I couldn't make him love me through normal means, I would take the same route that Mother did. Yep, okay, so it is about what we thought it was. But, still kinda weird that she just thinks I'm her ex-boyfriend or some shit. Well, that she thinks Hayden, I guess, is her ex-boyfriend or some shit. That's just a little weird. I would force us to die together. I would ascend us to our own private heaven, with nothing to get in our way, ever. We would become gods of our own world, together, forever. After all, this is what Mother would have wanted from me. It was best for everyone. Hayden will be mine. It was never his choice to begin with. Bonus story, and thank you for playing. Alright. That was the girl with the vacant eyes. So, this one gave us some clarity on why she was doing what she was doing, but it still doesn't make a lot of sense of why she thought that the main character was randomly her ex-boyfriend or some shit. Like, her mental state makes sense because she did things the same way her actual mother did it, and her, like, adoptive parents sucked, I guess, apparently. I don't know if they actually sucked, it didn't really show. Like, there was no, it's anime. No one has parents in anime. When it comes to school, slice of life, bullcrap, they never have parents for some reason, so we can't really judge based on how her parents acted, but, the man made a big mistake right at the start. He sat next to a crazy girl and talked to her. Boys, don't sit next to people. Don't talk to them. Don't just, if they're alone for a reason. No, that's kind of bad advice. Be nice to people. But just remember, if you give them an inch, they might take that mile, and you need to stand up for yourself immediately. If he would have stood up for himself immediately, in the true ending, he kind of rejected her the whole time. He was nice at first, and then when she started acting weird, he dipped. That's the correct move. This MC actually made the correct move, even if he was a little stupid about it the whole time. So, he stayed single through the whole thing, okay? And in the ending, he didn't. He got double stabbed. So, he got double the punishment in that case. Just remember that, boys. Remember. Stay single, boys. Stay virgins. You know what it is. Till next time.